One night I was staying at my cousin's house for the first time. I had always went there and spent holidays. Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. But however, I always ended up going home. This night I didn't. However, I wish I had. After having the family dinner, a few of the cousins had decided to go out to a local bar. This is why I ended up staying. I lived about a half hour away at the time and didn't feel comfortable driving. Fast forward to being back at the house. Instead of sleeping on the couch, I really wish I did now. My cousin offered me up a queen-size bed in the basement. No one was down there to my knowledge. Everyone else stayed on the first floor. I remember getting into the bed after my cousin showed me the room and plugging in my phone. I remember falling asleep immediately. I'm unsure of how much time has passed when I was sleeping, but I woke up in another room, not in the bed I was put to sleep in. This room was dark and cold. When I woke up, I was sitting up cross applesauce style. I know you guys had to be taught that in elementary, not leaned against anything, sitting on the tiniest welcome mat. I was also screaming and crying when I woke up from my sleep. I could feel the tears streaming down my face. I put my hands out trying to feel exactly where I was because this room was pitch black. When I put my hands down, the floor was wet. Still to this day unsure from what. I stood up, feeling on the walls with my hands, looking for some sort of light switch, with no luck. Then I started feeling around in the air with my hands, thinking maybe there's a pull string since it is, however, the basement. I eventually found one, and when I pulled it, I was in the laundry room. I have no idea how I got there or why. I tried running upstairs to my cousin's room, but there are definitely more stairs than I remembered. I ended up running to the attic of the house. This stairs alone should have taken me out. They were small and extremely steep. It was like the basement door that the rest of the house disappeared. I eventually found my way back to the bed, scared as ever to even try to sleep. I found my phone and seen I had some missed calls from my boyfriend at the time. I called him back and he was really worried. He said I called him first and I was making these really strange sounds into the phone. He could hear me crying and screaming, but never once did I speak a word to him. By the time I made it back to the bed, it was 4:30 in the morning. Whatever had a hold of me that night? I'm so grateful it let me go. Out of all the people in the house, and there was at least 7, no one heard any of the commotion. No one heard my screams for help, nor did they hear me running up and down the stairs. I still myself have so many unanswered questions from that night, but I never stayed in that house again.